Greetings, Friendship. I am Vielka Scott-Marcus, Friendship Public Charter School's Chief Academic Officer, coming to you from the home of the Friendship Ideal Warriors. I'm delighted to welcome you to our annual Standards University and the beginning of another spectacular school year. You know, this work is who I am as a person. I started my career 33 years ago in special education and speech and language pathology. I realized then that I was passionate about impacting the lives of students with significant emotional challenges. And we all have a passion for education that opens doors, discovers and nurtures talents, and empowers students to learn, grow, and thrive at every stage in their academic journey. Every scholar is worthy, deserving, and capable of a rigorous world-class education. That is what drives my work and the vision and mission of Friendship. I also value my relationship with all of you. My charge is to support you and ensure no barriers or distractions prevent you from delivering on Friendship's mission to students and families who have chosen us. As we embark on a new school year, I am reminded that Friendship will enter the final 3 years on our journey to 30. Over the past few years, you've heard us highlight several journey components. But what does it mean to Friendship right now? And how does our day-to-day investment contribute to our journey? Our 3 big goals remain centered on world-class scholars. We focus on high student outcomes and are steeped in consistent high-quality instruction. Mission-driven philosophy. We cultivate and support talented teachers, expert team members, and committed communities. Inspiration. We maintain and develop innovative spaces aligned with scholarly achievement and shared success. While these focus areas are measurable through testing, reviewing data, observations, and performance evaluations, I want to elaborate on what they mean when considering the idea of tangible equity as it relates to the scholar experience. I'd like you to think about how a Friendship scholar experiences learning in the environments we curate, the resources we provide, and the cultivated human connections fostered during every interaction, regardless of how intentional or unintentional it may appear. As a lifelong learner, I was absorbed by Colin Seal's book, Tangible Equity, which puts a different spin on equity. He describes a visual often used to depict the difference between equity and equality. In this visual, various crates are stacked at different levels. The crates provide visual access to a baseball game to a set of individuals of different heights, but they can only view from the outside of the stadium. Are we still viewing equity merely as a means of access from a skewed perspective? Or do we genuinely believe that literacy is a gateway skill that empowers scholars to orchestrate, engineer, and compose a wide variety of opportunities? I have a saying that illustrates how to shift the equity equation. It will never be necessary to beg for a seat at a table when you have what it takes to build your own table. Why is that important? Rather than creating temporary moments of access, I firmly believe the author's description of equity as building a new system where all students have a true shot at being exceptional. Equity means we recognize that this is not just hard work, but also heart work. When it comes to creating the conditions for equity and safety for our scholars, there are 3 things we do exceptionally well at Friendship. All 3 of these things greatly impact how students experience and embrace their learning. First, we empower voice and choice from the start. We give students choices in their learning activities and assignments to empower them and cater to their interests and strengths. Let me tell you about some of our brilliant high school students who participated in a unique experience at the Naval Surface Warfare Center in the Carter Rock Division this summer. These students had boots on the ground as they built a Seag Glider that uses wind thrust to dive and lift, changing buoyancy and pitch without a propeller. They did this alongside Naval Service personnel as a summer experience. They built the models and then had the opportunity to see how they would operate to propel submarines as well as other underwater vehicles. This was an outgrowth of their engineering-focused learning and expanding their knowledge base with hands-on experience beyond the classroom. Remember, I mentioned we empower voice and choice from the start. Another group of pre-K students created communities using the natural artifacts they found on community walks. They built individual models to represent the communities in which they live. One student built a hospital out of scraps gathered on a community walk and from the classroom. These young scholars then used their community models to teach their peers. They taught their fellow students how to experience their communities. And we all know we learned so much by teaching others. Secondly, we incorporate diverse perspectives and materials, including literature, historical events, and examples from different cultures that reflect the backgrounds and experiences of our students. This principle is evident in the selection of texts that we provide in our schools. We listened to our scholars and intentionally focused on them seeing themselves in the texts. We also teach content in many formats, allowing students to connect with their learning through experience. This can be writing, art, music, theater, sports, you name it. We embrace that students learn through different modalities and promote these differences across every grade level. Relationship building is the third aspect of creating safety and the conditions for tangible equity. We take the time to understand students' backgrounds, interests, and needs and show genuine interest and care for their well-being. We have a student who has a critical and unpredictable medical situation. His needs impact his attendance and participation. His teacher took it upon herself to educate his classmates on supporting this student when he looks tired or needs to leave the classroom during a lesson. This teacher prepared a way for scholars to show empathy. Students took charge of caring for a classmate in need. They demonstrated tolerance, empathy, and compassion and resourcefulness. Friendship adults also galvanize in support of scholars. We do it every day. In one instance last fall, we gathered to help students complete their college and FAFSA applications. Our community stepped up to the plate in an instant to review documents, read essays, and offer words of encouragement. To this day, scholars still call us to tell us about the impact of that experience. You all know how strongly I feel about literacy, being the gateway, the tool that unlocks everything and anything. Today, in 2024, literacy has a different look and feel. Equity, literacy, and technology are now an organic partnership that accelerates students' results while honoring their diverse learning styles. Learning does not look the same for every child. Yet, we don't and won't sacrifice differentiation for equity. We have to know how to present information in different formats. Yes, children still need access to text and access to adults who can provide different pathways for individual success. These are integral parts of providing a safe environment for brilliance to shine. It also means we must rely on new and sometimes unfamiliar resources to build literacy skills. For example, AI allows our scholars to interact with literacy in any environment. AI tutors can assist students beyond the classroom through different devices like laptops, tablets, and smartphones, and anywhere they may be. Our AI committee is in place for this very reason. We can't ignore it, and we want children to use it safely. To help our teachers grapple with these rapid shifts, Friendship is providing increased access to technology tools. These will assist you with your planning and provide new methods of teaching content to scholars. I want to share 2 other examples of how Friendship's dedication to providing safety and fostering equity can change the trajectory of a student's experience and life. One 8th grade Friendship lifer transferred from one campus to another because of behavioral concerns. After transferring to the new Friendship campus, his participation in the Performing Arts program completely shifted his behavior. His talent shined because we helped him find his voice and his tribe. He could display his brilliance coupled with learning in one place. Last year, a high school scholar in an AP Visual Arts course stood out to her teacher. Because her talent was unique and accomplished, the teacher asked the student to take the lead in class and teach her peers about technique and aesthetics. This student then went on to excel in one of our spoken word performances. Uncovering talent she never knew she had, she graduated as a valedictorian in May and is attending Emory University in the fall. In closing, Friendship Public Charter School exists to create and support the exceptional. As you've heard me say before, we are in the business of radical transformation. Now more than ever, we need a radical transformation in society. Friendship, we can make a difference when we put our heads and our hearts together. I hope this year's Standards University is enlightening, motivating, and transforming. We know what success looks like. We see it in action at every campus. So this year, let's continue the hard and hard work to transform the lives of all of our scholars. I am counting on us.